courthouse. Yeah, it even got going a little bit early than that, because of the crowd that was here, so they started early. And what you're seeing here, it sure sounds like, is the complete opposite of what we're seeing over in Dallas. But not 40 minutes ago, it really appeared like it was going to be the same situation here with 100 people, 125 people, maybe more, who were all resigned to being arrested. They had planned on it until there were some actions by police that changed things. And we can show you some video of that. It was tense for a few hours here. There was a large group that left, a large group that stayed, and they were kind of in a standoff situation with police. But there were a couple of key actions from police officers out here. Officers who were on bikes came and took a knee in front of protesters. That caused several of them to rush up and give them hugs. It looked like some police may have misinterpreted what was going on, and that caused a special response team to kind of rush in. That added some, it made things a little more tense again. So we were back into that standoff situation, and then again, we saw officers take a knee a second time, and then we saw the chief of police and the assistant chief walk into the crowd. They were angry, they were resigned to being arrested. They walked into the crowd, they not only talked to them, but then they got down on a knee and they prayed with them. And moments after that, as the chief walked away, people have been saying all night, if the police leave, we'll leave. And usually you don't see that happen. But in this case, the chief told his officers to back off, and the most heavily armed officers went away, and as soon as they did, the rest of the protesters also went away. Some of them with some choice words as they went, but they left. And so we had an opportunity just a few minutes ago to talk to the chief about the moment that he shared out here in the middle of the street, where he was kneeling down and he was praying with those people who were around him, and here's what he had to say.
I think it's a good step. I hope it was meaningful. I hope that the people here saw our hearts. We certainly saw their hearts and that they were hurting. And hopefully that will help us build a better community for all of us. We all live here together. We need to get along together. They're planning to be back tomorrow night, I'm sure, and we'll just see how that goes. But hopefully this will be the foundation that we can build on.
So they are hoping to build on that, as you heard the chief say, for tomorrow night and some of the demonstrations that are planned throughout the week. The same, you talked about the buses that were there to take people away in Dallas. There were vans that were parked here. They were fully ready to make mass arrests and take 100+ people to jail, but it ended up not happening. In fact, I thought I saw one person arrested very early, but the chief said tonight when we spoke to him, there were no arrests after all of that demonstrating, Doug, here in Fort Worth tonight.
It is good news to hear, Jason Allen. I thank you so much. And it's moments like those that we saw with the chief tonight as we continue with our breaking news.